my tutelage. Today we will be discussing about real numbers. Okay, real numbers, the definition says, real numbers are the numbers that contains natural numbers, rational numbers, integers, irrational numbers, and of course the whole numbers. Okay, so if you have all these numbers combined together, then we call that numbers are real numbers. So these real numbers are categorized into two parts. One is rational numbers, the other is irrational numbers. Okay. Now we'll see the system of real numbers. So real number system. So it will be like this. So first, if I write number 1, 2 and 3, etc. So we call these numbers? We call these numbers as natural numbers, right? We call these numbers are natural numbers. Our natural numbers always starts with the number 1. Now if I add 0 to this natural number, so when I start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, then we call this system as whole numbers, right? When you add 0 to the natural numbers, it becomes whole numbers. Now, if I add negative numbers like -1, -2 and -3, then such a kind of system is known as integers. So we call those numbers are integers, right? Integers. Now, if I added the fractions of the integers, if I have added fractions of the integers, say like 1/3 minus 1/2 like that, the fractions. So 1/2, right, minus 1/3. So if I have such a kind of fractions, then the whole system we call as rational numbers, right? Are known as rational numbers. Okay, rational numbers are the numbers which will be in the form of a fractions, p/q form, right? So if a number is in p/q form, then we call that as a rational number. Right. Now this entire part is one system. This is one system, right? And now if I am adding the other kind of numbers, which will be like this, √2, √5, which doesn't have a perfect root, so which will be some points, 1 point or 0 point, non-terminating. Sometimes you will get a non-terminating values. So such a kind of numbers are known as irrational numbers. What is that? Irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. So these kind of numbers are irrational numbers. If I have a number system and if I am having the irrational numbers, right? If I have the irrational numbers as well as the rational numbers combined together, then I call the entire system as what? Real numbers. We call that entire system as real numbers. This is my real number system. Okay, this is about real numbers. Thank you.